Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. I'm doing a little video here. This is a video I'm doing. Pardon me if I'm coughing because I've actually been sick for a while. And if you've been following the channel, I'm recording this actually just a couple of days after I did the last one where I was really sick and everything. But I got a second wind here, so I'm trying to do a couple of videos. And this video is a real quick one of giving you guys an update on the jet bandsaw that I have here. I had a couple of emails from some folks asking me about what bandsaws to use, blades, how things are working, especially with the little one I used to use, the Milwaukee, and then versus this one. So I want to touch real quick on you guys. Sorry. Oh, I want to touch real quick on the jet and give you some pros and cons about what I've learned about it so far and how it's been doing for me. So let's get you guys moved here and you can look it over. Okay, now I know the light's not as good here as it is on the other side, but the one thing I have to say, and I think I'm going to start with the con. I'm going to start with the con on this, and that is the switch system that they have on this. As you guys know, this is a wood metal bandsaw. It's the 14-inch. I don't know the model number off heart again. I'll be putting it down below, or a link or a description in the description box. I'll put a link to this. I bought it off of Amazon. Had free shipping, and it was somewhere around $1,500. The blades are from LA Cutting Products, and it's a local company here in Washington State. I'll leave a link to their website down below. They got really good selection of blades. But getting to the switch, because this is a wood metal bandsaw, you're going to cut wood and metal. Now, if you guys know, you've been following the channel, I do a lot of my own woods. Either I'll stabilize them myself and process them, or I send them out to get dyed and then I'll process them. Well, I got that big batch, and what we ended up doing is, after sanding them down and everything, we'd come in here and we were starting to cut them all up, both in blocks and in scale forms, book match ends. Well, I did about 2 days of that. Probably cut around 80-some sets of scales. The switch stopped working on me. It wouldn't come on and off. You'd press the start button all you wanted, it just didn't work. I had to take it apart. Took this apart and I had to blow it out. Now I have a little shop vac. I got a rigid, basic wet dry shop vac connected to this, and I was using it while cutting everything. But it just seemed that as the blade went and it circulated, dust would build up inside this switch. That's not, it's sealed but not sealed. I would have expected this thing to be completely wrapped in some type of rubber or plastic, and where you couldn't get to the electrical connections and everything, and that's not the case. It's pretty exposed in that matter. And it stopped working, and that was the reason why. It was full of sawdust. So I had to take it all apart and blow everything clean and brush it out, and then do the switch a few times and loosen it and blow and loose. Power, you know, start, off, start, stop, blow it all clean, work it all out, and then it was fine. Well, I had to do that 3 times since owning it when I'm processing wood scales. Now, anytime after that, now I've been using it for the better part of 6 or 7 months now, and I haven't done any more wood. It's been working fine. So that's a huge thing right there. So you're buying a wood metal bandsaw, but yet the switch is not durable enough to sustain use when you have the dust going through here, even with a shop vac connected to it. And as you'll see, the shop vac hose is not very long. It's like 3.5 feet long. It's right here. So there's good power. I don't have a loss of suction or anything like that. So that's basically the one and only negative I have on this entire bandsaw. Now, touching on the blades as well, I gotta say, and I don't, I blow this out once in a while, but I haven't done it in a while. When I first did the video and I did the release, and I did a 2-part series. I took it apart, then I was missing some things. I came back, I did another quick video on it. I mentioned some of the blades I got. I got a 1014, a 14, and then another one which was a pretty heavy aggressive. All 3 were bimetal blades. But one I got with a pretty big tooth, and that was for processing my scales, all the wood. The other 2, the 10 and the 1014 and then the 14, the tooth, I got both of those. The one that's in here now, I think, is the 1014, I believe. Yes, this is the 1014. The 1014, I started, let me see here, the 1014, I started using July 3rd of 2018. I started using this blade July 3rd, 2018, and I've been cutting steel, bar stock like this, and this is CPM D2, but I'm cutting a lot of the material out. I'm cutting a lot of material so I don't have to hog it off on the grinder. I've also done, at the making of this video, I've also had 4 Warrior Poet Society warriors gone through this. I've had 2 or 3 of the poets, and I've had a class ran in here where a father and son made their knives, and we used it both on 1085 and on CPM D2. And I also use this on some of the stainless steel knives that I've been making, kitchen knives and such. All the other material other than the Warrior Poet was all 3/16, but either CPM D2 or CPM S154 or CPM S35 VN. The blade I got from Chris over at LA Cutting Products, it's still there. It's still working. Now, with that said, I use this. I bought this Lennox tube. I got this. I use this little like wax stuff. It actually smells pretty darn good. It smells like a popsicle or something like that. I use that, but what I also do is I actually just add a little bit of oil to the steel as I'm cutting it. And I have my oil can that I did, my goldenrod. I'll use a 3-in-1 oil, or I had a old bottle of this Senko lubricant oil for air guns. I've got 2 or 3 of these bottles laying around. And when I was in the trades and I had a contracting business on the side, when I was in law enforcement, I would just dab a little bit of this on the steel as I'm cutting. And I think that's been a huge, huge savior for the blade itself. That and the fact that, unlike with my bandsaw, the Milwaukee, which only had 2 speeds, one was 325 and the other one I think was like a 350 or a 360. This one I can take down to, I think it's around 90-some surface feet per minute. I think I have this set at just over 100, maybe around 107 or something like that, the number what it was. But I've left it at that, and I can go and I can adjust it. So when I put it on the steel, the low speed, with the belt adjustment that these bandsaws have, I can take this to cut my steel, and it's going like 100 and some surface feet a minute. Then when I adjust it, just pushing the knob in and out, I can kick it back up and it goes over 3,000 surface feet a minute when I'm cutting my wood. So it's been working great. And I've been using this same blade to process most all the scale, cut my cocobolo, and cut my micarta as well. I haven't pulled out the bandsaw anymore, or the table saw. I've been using this for everything. So the blade has been working great. I did have the 14 tooth, but I didn't like it as much as I do like this 1014. So that the 14, the straight 14 is hanging up on the wall. This is a 1014. It's been working great, and like I said, I've been using it since July. And right now, at the making of this video, we're in the middle of March 2019. So that's pretty cool. One of the other things to touch on with the bandsaw is the Craig fence. To wrap this up, the Craig fence has been working really good for me. Thank you guys for a lot of the comments about adjusting with the window and everything like that. No, I haven't made the adjustment because I stopped cutting wood at that point. I'll get to it. I've been really busy. I'm actually just starting to feel better. That's why I wanted to make this video, because I've been sick. I got hit twice. So it took me down for the better part almost 2 full weeks. It was horrible. But the Craig fence is working great. Again, all of this I bought on my own. Nobody's sponsoring me. Nothing happened. If I provide you a link down below, it's through Amazon, because that's how I bought this. It's through my affiliate, so maybe if you buy it through that link I provide you, I might get 5 cents off the deal, but please do your shopping first. I don't owe Amazon anything, so if you buy outside of Amazon, that's fine with me. I'm just providing you the link to get the steps going. But so far so good. I do like the bandsaw. I am very happy I did it. Yes, I decided to keep my Milwaukee and my swag table. Those things are great. Works really good, but I really only use it for cutting my thick 3/8 inch and 1/2 inch decorative pins, and the 1/4 inch pins that I put in my knives. And I use it to cut a little bit of mild steel every now and then. Otherwise, it just kind of sits off to the side there. Doesn't take up a lot of space. The money was already spent, and if I was to sell it, I'd only get about half of what I paid for it. So I just decided to stick it in the corner and I'll use it. It's always good to have the two things. But yeah, just a quick video. Again, if I got any information, I'll provide it down below, as well as maybe a link to a video that I did in the past year. But you can look underneath my my playlists for this to see how it came unboxed and everything, and how it came shipped to me and how I unboxed it. So again, I do appreciate it, guys. Remember, like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. Keep me from the bottom of the YouTube bucket. We'll see you in the next video.